Yesterday, David Maraga made an announcement that he's going to vie in 2027 general election. And it seems his announcement is going to make a major shift in Kenya political landscape because there are so many or numerous candidates had expressed their interest in the 2027 general election. So this is the focus of this particular video this morning. So stay tuned. And if it is your first time on my channel, could you kindly just spare a moment of your time and hit that subscription button and put on a notification bell as well, so that when I do subsequent videos you'll not miss out. I'll begin my video with this particular tweet from a tweet user or an ex-user known as TL Elder. The tweet reads, David Maraga is so uninspiring. So, and immediately that this chap did that particular tweet, there is also this response from this particular guy. The guy goes by the name Muhammad, and this is what he said. I'm sure you've never heard the Prime Minister of Singapore, Lee Hsien Loong, what a name, speaking. He is the most uninspiring fellow we have around. But see what Singapore is doing in the global stage. Even Kibaki wasn't that inspiring in his speeches. So this forms the basis of this particular video. But before I throw in my 2 cents on this particular topic, let's hear what Maraga had to say first.
I think there are a lot of Kenyans who say that they know CJ Maraga from the courts. They don't know this other side of you. What has brought out what some people would say the activist in you? Because we have even seen statements where you said that you are considering joining what has been called the Freedom of Assembly events on June 25th.
Mm-hmm. Joe, this has come as a result of what has happened in the country. You are a parent. And so many others are parents. To see our young people being handled the way they have been handled, it is something which is extremely worrying. So I mean, after discussions with friends and others, and after serious reflection, I thought it is time that we think about the leadership of this country. We think about the leadership of this country. We can't let some people literally throw our country to the dogs. We need to think about that seriously. And it is as a result of that reflection, I have made up my mind that I will run on the in 2027 for presidency of this country.
Oh, wow, that's a big announcement you're making on our show tonight, and I'll be drilling down on that a little.
Well, that's David Maraga making his announcement that he's going to aim for the top seat in 2027 general election. He's going to give President William Samoei Ruto a run for his money come 2027 general election. Remember, David Maraga is deemed as a favorite candidate for the Gen Z. And true to that, Gen Z has been saying that, they prefer a Maraga or Mtata candidates. That's the focus of this video at this particular morning. But before that, let's put everything into perspective, especially let's run through the presidency history in Kenya. I'll leave out Kenyatta. Let's start with Moi. Moi who ruled Kenya for more than 2 decades. And Moi was this kind of a chap that was not so loud in public, but he had his hands on the job. I'm not going to sanitize him because he had his own ills during his tenure. Especially there was the Nyayo era, the famous Nyayo torture chamber. He used to silence dissent voices during his tenure, so I'm not going to sanitize him. I'll skip Moi to Kibaki immediately because I don't want to dwell so much on Moi, because if I dwell on him, he did some things that are not even worth to be mentioned in this particular video. So let's delve into Kibaki presidency. Kibaki came in as an economist he was not so loud, so to speak, in public, and he made milestone, he made great achievement during his presidency, including the free primary education. Remember, when the campaign was gearing up, so many people viewed Kibaki as not so good candidate, so to speak, and so many people were saying that perhaps he's not going to make a good presidency, a good president, because he wasn't this outspoken guy, but a silent guy, did his job. Free primary education is here, and most of us are beneficiaries of the free primary education of President Kibaki. So kudos to Kibaki on what he did, and it is also during his tenure that our economy grew up so well. So we cannot afford to ignore the silence, but the action Kibaki, so to speak. And thereafter came Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. I have nothing much to talk about Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta because yes, he came in, and but the mess we are in, we cannot afford to rule him out because the debt that we've sunk in at the moment, and I don't have so much to talk about Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Came Ruto. Ruto came as charismatic leader. Yes, he rode on the wave of the church. He convinced the church that he is this guy that is going to bring about transformation in the country. And when he was being sworn in, so many Kenyans viewed him as this leader that is going to prepare the country to be a new Singapore in Africa. But here we are right now, demonstration after demonstration. And as Maraga said, the youths have not been well treated, especially during this particular season. You can see what happened just 3 days ago in the demonstration, the infiltration of the goons in the peaceful demonstration. That tells you that the history of the current regime is not something to smile about. And that's why now I bring in this conversation to Maraga candidacy. A Twitter user by the name TL Leader Mabili Magodi, so to speak, he said that this guy is so uninspiring, but people came neck on him, asking him that he should now move away from the presidency of combative kind of presidency, and we should now embrace a soft-speaking guy, a guy who has action on the ground. In my opinion, a combination of Maraga and Omtata, and we also should include Faith Odhiambo. This queen, this lady has done a tremendous job, especially when it comes to fighting for the justice of the youth. Faith, it cannot go without mentioning Faith Odhiambo. She's done a very commendable job, and I believe she should also be on the table whenever we discuss a clean ticket for 2027 general election. I would like to see Faith in that particular discussion, because I believe she's going to bring about the gender angle, especially when it comes to leadership position, and also her credential, perfect credential, especially in this moment, fits the bill. So a combination of Maraga, Omtata, and Faith Odhiambo, it's the best bet for this country, and I believe it's going to bring about transformation in our country. If it is your first time on my channel, guys, before you sign out, could you kindly just spare a moment of your time and hit that subscription button and put on a notification bell as well, so that when I do subsequent videos, you will not miss out. Adios.